Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Brothers, I'm requesting almost every day, please be very, very generous. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward all of you well. This is the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It has plenty of expenses, especially during the month of Ramadan. So whenever you get the opportunity to fulfill it, please do your best. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward all of you well, inshallah. Today I will talk about our biggest enemy. Who is that? Huh? Shaitan. Do not mention someone's name, okay? Yeah, that's your personal enemy. I say, Inna shaitan lil-insani aduwwun mubin. Indeed, shaitan is the biggest enemy of human being. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned that in Quran, not once, not twice, so many times. And how shaitan is enemy, what are the tricks shaitan actually mostly play? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned those things in Quran too. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give all of us tawfiq that we should know those tricks, and then we can control ourselves, we can control our nafs, and we act upon deen and sharia properly. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has said in Quran couple of times how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam. And whenever He has mentioned about the creation and the birth of creation of Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam, I believe almost every single time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said that when it's done, وَإِذْ قُلْنَا لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ اسْجُدُوا لِآدَمَ فَسَجَدُوا إِلَّا إِبْلِيسَ. That we have created Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam, and when it's ready, I've asked all the malaika to do sajda. But only one, everybody, all of them, millions of angels, malaika, everybody, they did, besides one. Who's that? Iblis. لَمْ يَكُمْ مِنَ السَّاجِدِينَ. This is the today's ayah, but in Juz 1 Allah says, أَبَى وَاسْتَكْبَرَ. And in Surah Taha, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has different words, but all of them have the same meaning. The shaitan did not do the sajda. What did he say? Allah Himself, He has asked, مَا مَنَعَكَ أَنْ لَا تَسْجُدَ إِذْ أَمَرْتُكَ. What is something that has stopped you to perform sajda when I am the one who has commanded you? Amartuk. I told you to do it. قَالَ أَنَا خَيْرٌ مِّنْ. He said, I am better than him. خَلَقْتَنِي مِنْ نَارٍ وَخَلَقْتَهُ مِنْ طِينٍ. I was created by fire, and inside is created by what? Clay. Fire is stronger. Over here we understand a couple of things, and that's the today's, lesson we have to understand. The first thing, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands us something, do we have to use our own brain and do something else, or we should be doing whatever Allah says? Whatever Allah says. If He has commanded us to do 5 daily prayers, can we excuse to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, no, I got so many things to do? Is Allah going to accept it? No. That goes for every single thing. Whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned in Quran, and whatever the commandments we get directly, openly, clearly with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we have no right to excuse. Do act upon it. That's it. And sometimes those actions are so, you could say, not realistic. But Allah is asking, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is checking our iman. فَلَمَّا فَصَلَ طَالُوتُ بِالْجُنُودِ قَالَ إِنَّ اللَّهَ مُبْتَلِيكُمْ بِنَهَرٍ فَمَنْ شَرِبَ مِنْهُ فَلَيْسَ مِنِّي وَمَنْ لَمْ يَطْعَمْهُ فَإِنَّهُ مِنِّي. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has asked people of Sayyidina Shamuwaira alayhi salam, go fight and you will get your land. But then Allah wanted to test their iman. What did He say? Okay, those who are sitting in the boat, they are not allowed to drink from this river. If they do, they are not from me. If they do not drink from them, then they are from me, and I am going to help them. No matter how many people are there, كَمْ مِنْ فِئَةٍ قَلِيلَةٍ غَلَبَتْ فِئَةً كَثِيرَةً بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ. If we become a true slave, the slave who did not ask question, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, why did you make this thing haram? Why pork is haram? Why alcohol is haram? Why hijab is necessary? Why this is necessary? We live in the United States, it's hard to do that. Why 5 daily prayers? When you do not ask question, you are true slave, actual abdullah, and you are away from the shaitan's trick. When you do that, when you ask so many questions, what happens? You are actually somehow in the tricks of shaitan. Because Allah has said in the same ayahs which I recited in my first rak'ah, ثُمَّ لَآتِيَنَّهُم مِّن بَيْنِ أَيْدِيهِمْ وَمِنْ خَلْفِهِمْ وَعَنْ أَيْمَانِهِمْ وَعَنْ شَمَائِلِهِمْ. Shaitan is going to trick you from your front, from your back, from your right, from your left, all over the place. He is going to trick you. Without how? Allah says in another ayah, نصيبا مفروضا ولا أضلنهم ولا أمنينهم ولا آمرنهم فلا يبتكن آذان الأنعام. Shaitan comes and what he does? He prolongs your desires. He provokes your desires. He tells you, you are not going to die right now. You have a long life. Do whatever you want. You can make tawbah when you are in your 50s, in your 60s. Right? You are not going to be punished immediately. You are not going to, go through something like this. Or this commandment just for the temporary. Ask questions about Quran. Do not, listen to it immediately. That's how shaitan has tricked our forefather. The first father said Adam alayhi salam. وَعَصَىٰ آدَمُ رَبَّهُ Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala فَأَزَلَّهُمَا الشَّيْطَانُ عَنْهُ فَوَسْوَسَ لَهُمَا الشَّيْطَانُ. Shaitan tricked, said Adam alayhi salam. What did he say? إِلَّا أَن تَكُونَ مَلَكَيْنِ وَتَكُونَ مِنَ الْخَالِدِينَ. Allah is stopping you to go closer to this tree because He does not want you to get the life forever. Or you could be an angel. فَأَزَلَّهُمَا. He just strict, said Adam alayhi salam. And that was the moment he actually came into it, fell for it. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has elaborated everything. These are the tricks. This is the protection. All you have to do, read Quran, read the translation, have good company, and understand how to protect yourself from shaitan's trick. Do not have the desires for so long. Live today, make tawbah every single day, do not miss any fard prayer, and do not commit any kind of major sin. Inshallah, we will be protected from shaitan and its tricks, inshallah. Ameen. Ya Rabbal Alameen. One of the shaitan's trick is Ash-shaytanu ya'idukum al-faqr. This is the trick of shaitan. It tells you that you will be poor if you give in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ash-shaytanu ya'idukum al-faqr wa ya'murukum bil-fahsha. Shaitan tricks you. Look, this much you are earning. And if you will give in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you are going to help someone, if you are going to help masjid, if you are going to do this and that, you will be a poor person. Wallahu ya'idukum maghfiratan min wa fadla. But shaitan, when it actually tricks you about the poverty, then on another hand, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving you a glad tiding in the same ayah. But Allah says, Wallahu ya'idukum. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is promising you, you give in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm making a promise of giving you what? Maghfirah, forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wa fadla, and the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَا يَذَّكَّرُ إِلَّا أُولُو الْأَلْبَابِ. Who takes the nasiha? Those who have brain, those who are wise people. If you are wise, then do not be worried. Please don't worry, inshallah. Give in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will give us more. So when you go, if you find any donation box, if you haven't given yet, after your Taraweeh, inshallah, please do give in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Make sure when you go out, I'm not sure if they have opened the exit, the police person here, he came and he said it will be open by 9:30 or something. So I would request, please pray 20 rakats, you will get enough thawab, inshallah. Even though if you have the mawqaf of 8 rakat, inshallah, today, policeman is asking you to do 20 rakat, inshallah. So if you want to go, you can try, but I guess the exit is not open. But if it is not open, come back, park properly, and inshallah Rahman join us. Jazakallah.